You know I can't dance.
The IUN MBA program has taught me a great deal about leadership and business. The program has taught me many aspects of business that I was not aware of. I have also formed bonds with my cohort that will last a lifetime. I have learned from each one of my classmates. The program was a great experience, and I'm very glad that I completed it.
The best thing to me about the international business trip to Finland and Estonia was to see how business is done in different countries and how different cultures affect the way they do business. I particularly like how Estonia was a very electronic and online country. Everything done, even from voting to paying things, medical history, everything was online, which I thought was extremely progressive, which is something that we here in the States could benefit from if we try to implement that.
I have not quit talking about the trip since I got home. I told everyone who will listen about my eye-opening experiences that started the minute I boarded the plane for international travel. I describe it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance to view the world through another's eyes on a business level. Traveling for recreational purposes is on one level, but traveling to learn and experience others' cultures on a business level is definitely a step up in my book. I found myself overloaded with information, but yet wanting to know more. Every day was a new adventure filled with things that I had never seen or heard about. Reading and comparing the different countries before we left did not do it justice. The only way to truly understand it is to experience it in person, because we were given gems of knowledge that a tourist does not get to experience. This is what makes the trip so special, and I felt privileged to be part of it. The trip was also memorable because I experienced it with my cohort. We supported each other just like we did the past 18 months, always checking on each other and being sure everybody knew where we needed to be and at what time. I was traveling with my MBA family. My suggestion to future students is to not pass up this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We were all tired and worn out going into this trip, but came out with a rejuvenated spirit. As my cohort would say, the trip was fantastic.
Our trip to Finland and Estonia was fantastic. I highly recommend that you participate in your cohort's international business trip. It is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Our trip was fun, insightful, and even inspiring. I was most impressed by the access we were granted to high-level individuals at the facilities we visited. These individuals spent considerable amounts of time with us, giving us valuable insight and patiently answering our questions. At the U.S. Embassy in Finland, for example, we met the senior commercial officer, a very impressive career diplomat who spent well over an hour with us answering questions and explaining his role and his duties. At Redango, an exploding technology company in the mass transit sector, we were hosted by the head of sales, who also spent more than an hour with us. I could go on and on. Everything about the trip was fabulous. The accommodations, the locations, the planned events, all were tremendous. It was a trip I will never forget.
This trip was by far my favorite part of this entire program. It is one thing to read about a culture, but to experience it is so much more rewarding. The lessons I learned while visiting the various companies in Finland and Estonia were far more valuable than anything a textbook can provide. Combining this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with the amazing people in our cohort made the experience much more memorable. This trip and this journey is one I will never forget.